Alrighty, welcome back to a 3-on-3 challenge. We got the dream team, myself, BK and Mac, battling against Anton and his squad. I'm going to take Ruby. Anton's going to take Fable. BK's going to get Plow. Max is going to get Preordain. Works for me. And there's no red cards in this pack that are worth taking early, but there is a Fracture Identity. So we'll take that. 5-mana cards have lost a little bit of their luster in Vintage Cube just because things have gotten faster, but Fracture Identity is still pretty good, and I have a Mana Accelerant. If there was a great red card, if there was like a Lightning Bolt or something, or an Inti, I would take that. But I'll take Fractured. Anton maybe takes Burst Lightning, but probably takes Deep Cavern Bat, and BK might take Mother of Runes, depending on what his first pick was. His first and second picks might not go. Like, he's going to take Swords if it's there regardless, but I will take Fractured here. A lot of black cards, cheap black cards that could come back. Oh, and now there's Bone Crusher and Necromancy and Miscalc. Also Sword of the Meek and Hallowed Fountain. Legion Extruder's cool, but not... And same with Bone Crusher, they're fine, but they're not worth taking here. I might just take Miscalc. I'm not passing a whole lot of good red. Necromancy is strong too. Just trying to think. I think Anton took Fable. The thing is, if he takes Fable, Deep Cavern Bat, no, I got to take the Necromancy. I don't know where I'm going exactly yet. And this pack doesn't help. Oh, there's Thopter for Sword of the Meek. But I just don't think I can take a card that's so much stronger, or pass a card that's so much stronger than the rest of the pack. This pack's kind of weak too. Our draft is not settled yet. Maybe I just take Palantir. It's good with most of the cards I have already. Okay, seems fine. I don't love Palantir, but it's good in a deck that has Necromancy, and I could still be Reanimator. So there's Imperial Seal and Lily here. And Fracture Identity is a 5-mana card. It's good with 5-mana cards, so I think even if I don't end up playing the Necromancy, I like this pick. But now I think I'll just take Troll. Good with Palantir, good with Necromancy. I like Relic of Sauron, but I think Troll's the best card in this pack. And it is me. I could be the Black-Red Reanimator player. Just happens I took a Fracture Identity. Oh, there we go. There's a Gristlebrand. Yeah, that works great with Necromancy, great with Palantir. I'm just going to put Fractured in the bin for now, and then Bobble's going to get taken, and so are the lands probably. Harvester is not super likely to come back, but if it did, that would be nice. And follow up with probably just a Concealing Curtains here. There's also Limdual's Vault, which does set things up nicely. Oh, and there's Blackcleave Cliffs. No, actually, I want to take Blackcleave Cliffs. I like Curtains, but having Ruby Blackcleave Cliffs when I already want to cut red, and red-black is just generally a very good combination, I think I like that more. So let's go here, and at this point I'm not likely to put Fracture Identity in my deck, though it's not zero. Oh, Deep Cavern Bat and Bob and Top and Probe came back. Yeah, this is a good pack, but I'll take Deep Cavern Bat. I think that card is excellent, and I don't think I want Dark Confidant as much in my Reanimator deck that has an 8 and a 6 so far. Passing a Probe, but BK at least gets maybe like a Top. Or Touch the Spirit Realm, depending on where he went with that Swords to Plowshares pick. I mean, there is a chance that Anton took Swords to Plowshares over Fable. It's just I don't think that's very likely. I don't know what... I guess if I first picked like a Palace Jailer or something, I might do that. Okay, here... Interesting. Bazaar of Baghdad is actually a pretty strong card. I don't think... Well, Woodfall Primus is 2. Get 1 card back here. There's also Triplicate Titan. I think I'll take Woodfall Primus. I like Woodfall Primus with Necromancy specifically because you can cast it as an instant, get back Primus, it dies, end of turn. The Necromancy does, which the Primus dies, comes back. That's all great. I'll take Liliana here. Here I will take Scrubland. Oh, actually, maybe I should just take Show and Tell. I like taking duels when I have Troll, but this is actually looking like kind of the start to a Show and Tell deck. All right, I'll take that and maybe play it. Oh, Harvester came back. I think Harvester is really strong, so I'm really happy to take that. It's a removal spell that I can reanimate. If I end up green-black, I'll kind of wish I had Overgrown Tomb, but I might Pillage the Bog. It's that or just take an Unruly Krasis. Let's just take Pillage. Maybe I end up there, and then I'll just take the more playable card. Oh, we got the last pick, Bazaar. Okay, we've got a really strong start to Reanimator here. I like where we're at. This is looking very good. And I opened a Soul Ring. Yeah, we take those. That we do. Passing Sneak. So I'm passing... Well, not that that's going to be good for anyone else than me, probably. But Smasher's going to probably take Moloch as the next best card in this pack. Yeah, there's not a 0% chance I get Sneak back, but I don't think it's very likely in a team draft. But I'm slamming Soul Ring. This Palantir also looking very strong in this deck now. And there's what's going to get taken. Assume Sneak gets hated. Moloch's definitely getting taken. Sahili, Mishra's Research Desk. Yeah, maybe Preacher comes back. That'd be nice. I wouldn't mind that. All right, this pack has Entomb, Thoughtseize, and Life Death, and Chromox. I think I might just take Thoughtseize. It's tough. I only have one Reanimate spell so far. I have a lot of discard outlets. Thoughtseize is just the best card. And then between Entomb and Life Death, maybe one of those comes back, or one of the Surveil lands. Either one would be good. I just think I'm supposed to take Thoughtseize here. This is a team draft. I want to take the best card, and there's two kind of narrow cards left, and it does seem like I'm the only Reanimator player, so if I get like a Life Death back, which I think is unlikely, it would be pretty nice. Let's see. What else? Oh, Mind Twist. This is looking like a truly excellent Mind Twist deck with Soul Ring and Mox. I don't always Mind Twist, but you know, this is the time. So I'll take Mind Twist, pass Underground Sea, Prismatic Beast. I don't even have a second color, so there's City of Traders too. I mean, there's some good cards in this pack, but I'm happy to take Mind Twist. Interesting. Now there's a Parallax Wave. How likely is it that Smasher's playing white? Because passing Parallax Wave is kind of a beat. I really want to take Hostile Investigator here. Hostile Investigator with Thoughtseize, Mind Twist, Liliana, and Bazaar. It triggers off anyone discarding. Only once per turn, but still, that's really strong. And I have Mox and Soul Ring, so Hostile Investigator would be great with those two. And maybe I get back another black card. Oh, it passed a Touch the Spirit Realm with 2 cards left. All right, I'm taking Hostile Investigator and passing Parallax Wave. And then here, I might actually take Force of Despair. I'm like mono black. I don't really have a reason to splash anything else, and there's no cards that are particularly good for me. There's a Pick Your Poison is a good card. 3 Steps Ahead is a good card. I guess no one else really at the table wants Force of Despair, I wouldn't imagine. It's kind of like a Force of Will for creatures. I don't know. I'm just going to take it. I just don't really know what I'd even be hating. Oh, I'll take a Through the Breach. Oh, wait, there's a Vaultborn Tyrant too. Oof. I like both. I think I'm supposed to take Breach, though, because I've got 2 really good creatures to Breach and only 1 Reanimate right now. So let's take Through the Breach. If Vaultborn Tyrant comes back, that would be amazing, but no, I don't think it's very likely to, though it is, of course, possible. Yeah, Sneak didn't table, that's fine. Nurturing Peatland makes the Pillage the Bog a little better. I could also just hate an Echo of Eons, because it's a strong card. Don't really care about Savannah. Huatley. I don't really care about most of these cards. I think I'm more likely to want Peatland here. I guess I don't mind passing. Oh, Life Death came back. All right. Really, really happy about that. I don't think I'm going to get a last pick Vaultborn Tyrant. So that's, or a wheeled Vaultborn Tyrant, but I have 2 big creatures already. And now I've got, oh, and Harvester is not a bad one to reanimate either. But now that I have Life Death, Necromancy, and Breach, I'm definitely looking for more big creatures. All right, I'll take Proving Ground. I even wheeled a black-green-red land, which is nice, because now this Pillage the Bog is getting closer. I am passing a City of Traders, but this is a really good land for me. And my mana is looking pretty good, too. Okay, Pylon came back. There was another black card in this pack that I wouldn't have minded. Oh, Shielder's Edict. Yeah, I'll just take the Pylon, though. I don't think I want to take Eureka. It's a good card, but I'd rather just take a nice removal spell. And with 2 black-green lands, I wonder if... Oh, and Troll can go get them? Yeah, I'm going to assume Pillage the Bog is likely to make the cut here. I guess I'll just take the land because it's the best card. I don't think this deck's a regrowth deck, is it? It could be a Briarbridge Tracker deck. Yeah, maybe I play Briarbridge. Oh, Vaultborn came back? Amazing. That's so good with Through the Breach and Necromancy and everything. All right, we are getting hooked up. And I guess I'll hate a Sahili here. I don't think a white-green land is likely to do much for me. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Underground Mortuary. Elves of Deep Shadows is good, but a black-green Surveil land is perfect. What is this? Where was my expected piece of power? It's actually kind of a weak pack. There's 3 kind of decent creatures that I'll probably have the option of all 3 when they come back. I might just take Shallow Grave here. It's pretty good with Gristlebrand. It's not that great with actually the rest of these creatures. I could just take Seasoned Pyro. Maybe I should just do that. I think Anton's playing red. I got past no red cards after passing a Fable. And I think Seasoned Pyro is going to be really good in this deck. I'll probably get 3 cards out of this pack. Like, I don't think now that I picked up the 3 fatties with Through the Breach, yeah, I think I can afford to take Seasoned Pyro here. Okay. And then now I'm just going to take Inquisition. I think that's pretty clear. Passing, not a lot for me. I might play a Smuggler's Surprise, to be honest, but obviously I think I should just take the cheap interaction spell. And then here there's a Time Spiral going the other direction of Echo Vions. That's not a big deal. I think Collective Brutality is going to be the card I want. Oliphant might be better. No one seems to be doing this Reanimator thing, and Oliphant is pretty strong. Wow, this Hostile Investigator is just going to pop off. There's also Simian Spirit Guide and Delighted Halfling, but I think I want to be black-red base, maybe splashing Demonic Tutor off of a couple green lands. And Oliphant gets Azeator's Proving Ground. There's also Kozilek, which is nice with Shallow Grave, but you know what? I think I'm just going to take the Oliphant. And I'll just take Ragavan here, passing a Jace, Flame Slash. And there's Voidwalker and Grave Titan, which I hope to get back, but I mean, I got to just take Ragavan here. For 4th pick, Ragavan must have been a pretty good pack. All right, well, I like where this deck is going. This deck is looking quite saucy. Not a whole lot of packs left, but Trumpeting Carnosaur, pretty nice with all the stuff I've got going on. If this Shallow Grave wheels, I'll be happy. Passing a Workshop, less good in a 6-player draft. Passing a Mana Confluence, passing, I guess, a World Spine Worm, but take that. And then now there's Fast Bond, and there's Gitrog, and there's Blood Tithe. There's also Tiny Bones. These all seem pretty good, but I think Blood Tithe in my Reanimator deck is going to be the best one. Maybe Gitrog or Tiny Bones comes back. I don't care about Fast Bond. Yeah, Blood Tithe looks pretty great here. Very solid red-black deck. I even got Black Cleave Cliffs, Proving Ground, and then 2 Land Cyclers, so my mana's pretty good. We'll see if Shallow Grave wheels. We'll see if I get... I'm pretty happy with the Seasoned Pyro pick, though. And there's a bunch of big creatures in this pack that can wheel, so I'll get like another one of those. Had to pass Sneak, but, you know, not complaining. I got a Soul Ring out of the deal. The Bazaar Baghdad is also, I think, looking pretty good in this deck. We'll see. It's good with acceleration because the fact that you play it as a land means, you know, you're a little bit behind there. And then, okay, Shallow Grave wheeled. So did Gruff Triplets, Ashen Rider, and Fabled Passage. But I think at this point, Shallow Grave's looking good. It's good with Trumpeting Carnosaur. It's good with Gristlebrand. It's not great with Woodfall or Vaultborn Tyrant, but it's good enough here. And then, do I want a red-white land for any particular reason? Or Eagles? I could take a Terra Sunder. I think I'll just take a red-white land because red-white lands are good. It's kind of like a hate draft. Maybe it's hating from BK, I don't know. But there's another red-white land in that case. And maybe I could splash something, because I have Oliphant that can go get it too. Though I'm probably not going to get anything to splash. I just don't think Terra Sunder is a card I'm that interested in either. Okay, Collective Brutality did indeed come back, and I will still take it. Passing a Delighted Halfling and a Recruiter. Yep. And Grave Titan came back. Dothy Voidwalker didn't, but you know what? Grave Titan is totally fine by me. All right. So I ended up with Shallow Grave, Necromancy, Life, Death, and Through the Breach. So that's a pretty good amount. I think the Force of Despair I'll probably side in. There's also Faithless Looting here. Yeah. I mean, I think I like that more than World Spine. Yeah, I have enough creatures, so I'll take Looting. I think I like Looting more than from the Mana Confluence. And now, do I want to Gitrog? I don't know that I'd even play Gitrog here, which means I probably should just take the Snapcaster Mage. It's just such a strong card. And then now, I think Ashen Rider is more likely to be something I'm interested in than Gruff Triplets. And sure, I'll take the Terra Sunder. Just have a little removal for the sideboard. And I'm liking where we're at. This is looking really good. I need to cut a bunch of cards, but that shouldn't be too hard to do. And we've got a really sick black-red deck here. We're Badlands away from being the nuts. I think Rite of Flame is interesting, but I'm probably not going to play it. All right, let's get to deck building. I'm just taking a look at BK's draft, and I was not loving the Golos over Spell Pierce and Hex Drinker pick 2, pack 2, but we're going to get to some battles. Let me show you the decks. I ended up with a black-red base. I decided not to splash Pillage the Bog. If I had an untapped, like a red-green or black-green untapped land, that would be different. But Playing all 5 of the big creatures, Breach, Necromancy, Shallow Grave, and Life Death. Soul Ring and Mox make the Mind Twist a lot more appealing, and then all the cheap cards I had. Last couple of cuts were Force of Despair, which I could side in. The Bazaar, because I think the picking up that late looting meant I didn't need the Bazaar anymore. And this deck looks just great to me. I've got some sideboard options if I need them, but you know what? This deck looks very good, and it's not even as good as BK's deck. Let me show you that. BK opened Mox Emerald, Mox Sapphire, got a 2nd pick Academy, got a 4th pick Workshop. He's got Opal as well, and Bauble, and Julie. 5 zeros with Workshop Academy, Mana Vault, and then like Echo, Time Spiral, Coveted Jewel, Memory Jar, Golos, Jace, Tinker, Time Twister, Narset, and Leovold to make the Tinker or the Time Twister, Echo, and Time Spiral good. Unbelievably good deck. I think BK's deck is just cracked, and he's even got that Thieving Skydiver in the sideboard. Mac, of course, as he does, drafted Mono White, but here's the funny thing: he hated a lot. As it turns out, he hated a bunch from me, like the Sneak, Etali, World Spine, all that stuff, Entomb Archon. But he can actually side in Sneak, Etali, Bonehorde Dracosaur, Carnage Interpreter, Fury, Legion Extruder. So he might end up playing with Prismatic Vista as well. He might end up playing red-white post-board sometimes, but he got the Parallax Wave. He has Palace Jailer, Solitude, Dismember. Just looking really good here. And let's battle. I like our decks. All right, time for game 1. I'm on the draw here. I'm definitely going to keep this hand. What's kind of interesting about this hand is, let's see. What do I do on turn 1? I'm going to keep, and I'm going to see what I draw, but there is a chance I want to discard Woodfall Primus on turn 1 to hand size, and then turn 2 Thoughtseize, and then turn 3 cast Life Death here. Shallow Graving Woodfall is not very good, but Life Death is. Of course, if I draw like Soul Ring or Ruby, Soul Ring definitely pushes me to wait and just Breach. If I draw Faithless Looting, I can just do that. Of course, if I draw Ragavan, I could just play Ragavan. So I've got some options here. Okay. Turn 1 Preordain. Pretty nice. What do we got? Black Cleave Cliffs. I think I'm just going to discard on turn 1. I think that's going to be better than going Thoughtseize and then hoping to draw a discard outlet later. So I'll discard Woodfall Primus. Without the Thoughtseize, I'd be a lot less happy with this plan, but Thoughtseize makes it work a lot more often. I also could draw a Ruby here. Ooh, I don't like this. If this is Mox into 3-drop, then I'm not loving my spot. Oh, Tide Hollow Sculler? Well, that didn't work out very well, did it? I kind of assume he's going to take the Life Death, but it is possible that Max takes the Thoughtseize here. This is a high-power draft. He's got a Mox. I've got a Mox and a Soul Ring. BK has 2 Moxes. Anton has a Mana Crypt. So people are playing their fast mana here. All right, and Life Death is the selection, which makes perfect sense. Let's draw. Let's see what we got. I'm going to be so mad if I draw like a Faithless Looting or something that would have meant it was a lot better to not discard on turn 1, because missing a land drop is pretty costly. Yep, that's exactly the kind of thing I was talking about. Oh my god. All right, well, let's Thoughtseize. Maybe I can keep Max from doing too much. Jace, Doomsday, Baleful Strix, 3 steps ahead. I guess I have to take 3 steps ahead because it cycles. It's draw 2, discard a card. Okay. I mean, he's not that close to doing... I mean, he can cast Baleful Strix. If he draws a blue-black land, he gets a lot closer on both Doomsday and Jace, but his hand is pretty awkward otherwise. 2 white sources here. I guess this does help cast Doomsday, is a bit much. Now, at least, drawing the Soul Ring at least means if I draw any of my big creatures, then I get a pretty good turn. And if I draw Necromancy, that's pretty awesome too. Did he draw something that... We drew something that wasn't one of those cards. Oh, Vindicate My Land. Well, I'm actually not that unhappy about that, given that I'm going to play a Soul Ring in a second here. All right. Okay. I mean, that's pretty great. Let's go Soul Ring. Now, if I draw Mox Ruby next turn, then we're cooking. Presumably, he goes Baleful Strix this turn, and hopefully isn't too close to Doomsdaying me, because Doomsday into Jace is pretty tough. It's pretty color intensive, so that at least makes it a little harder, but we'll see what he's got. I mean, I know he's got Baleful Strix to play, so he's got that at a minimum. do swamp. Ugh. All right. Baleful Strix away. Doomsday and Jace ready to roll. I need one more turn here. Unless I draw Ruby, in which case that would be fantastic. Draw. A play this turn would be nice too. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Let's go Collective Brutality. -2/-2, and then they discard a card. So you discard -2/-2. And I think I just discard the Gristlebrand because I can just Shallow Grave it back. That was a really good draw. Collective Brutality to take Doomsday and kill the Tidehollow Sculler. All right. I like that. Let's see what you got, Max. I mean, I guess he could crack the Silent Clearing looking for Force of Negation. He's got that in his deck. So if he does that and he finds the Force, then the Jace is gone. All right, yeah, I'm taking Doomsday. I don't care about a cut down. All right, pass the turns. His hand is cut down and Jace. Next turn, I'm probably just going to Shallow Grave the Gristlebrand. Yeah, he's cracking the Silent Clearing, but still is not very close to casting Jace here. Needs double blue for that. So at best, he draws 1 blue. And I have a lot of redundancy here, so even if I miss initially, I've got a pretty good shot. All right, Undercity Sewers. He's got 1 card. You can't counter this Shallow Grave very easily, I wouldn't imagine. Oh, and there's the Force of Negation. Nice. All right, this is feeling really good. Let's go. Draw. Ha, Ragavan. That's funny. All right, let's cast Shallow Grave. Let's get Gristlebeezy into play. Pay 7 life, go to 6. Deep Cavern Bat. I didn't draw an untapped black, which is funny, but I can do it this way. I can dash Ragavan and hit for 9, presumably. And then I was going to pay. He's going to cut down the Ragavan, sure. Hit for 7, and I could pay life, but I can't cast anything this turn, so let's just play Underground Mortuary. I don't really want Pylon, I don't think. And Gristlebrand goes away. I'm not going to pay more life here. I've got everything I need. I think that would just be too much of an unnecessary risk. Is it 11? I've got so many things I can do next turn. I kind of want to discard the Proving Ground, though maybe next turn I go Life, Death, Bat. And discard a Mountain. His hand is just a Jace and an unknown card. Maybe he has a Jace in play. Let's discard Proving Ground. That's fine. Because I think Through the Breach with Trumpet and Carnosaur is pretty nice. And we're talking like worst case scenario, he casts the Jace this turn. It's not like you just lose to Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. All right. Max did draw an island. Oh, and is playing Preacher of the Schism with the last card being Jace. Okay. And might not want to attack given that I've got Through the Breach and whatnot. All right. Ooh, Mox Ruby probably opens up some possibilities. Let's see, 3, 5. So that would get 7 mana. So I could Breach and Life Death. So let's start with a Through the Breach, I think. Putting Carnosaur into play. I mean, I guess I could just cast the Carnosaur, but it kind of feels nice to be able to Life Death the Woodfall Primus as well. So let's cast Through the Breach. Put Trumpet and Carnosaur into play. Let's see what I hit here off of a... I'm not going to hit the 0, which is nice. Faithless Looting. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a weak hit, but I guess I'll cast it. Sure. I'm casting Life Death, so I might as well cast Faithless Looting first. All right, I'll discard Mountain for sure, and probably Swamp, because I've already played a land. So, yeah. And then I'm going to Life Death the Woodfall Primus back in a second here, but first I'm going to attack. I'm going to blow up the Undercity Sewers. And, yeah, take it. Play Mox Ruby. Death on Woodfall Primus. Going down to 5. Blow up Undercity Sewers. Ship the turn. And now If Preacher attacks, I can block with Woodfall Primus. And I have Harvester of Misery, which is also kind of nice. And, okay, yeah. Max is, I think, pretty cooked now. Because if you attack with Preacher, this dies, comes back as a 5/5 and blows up a land, and then I just have lethal, so he can't even attack. And let's see if I draw anything that's relevant here. Liliana, I can make him sack Baleful Strix, and then he has to block with Preacher, and then I blow up the island. Yeah, that's pretty good. Or I could... Oh, this is even better. I could cast Harvester of Misery, and then he kills the Baleful Strix. He has to block with Preacher because this is a 4/4. It doesn't blow up the island, though. And, or I could just attack with Woodfall Primus and see what he does. That actually seems like the best, because I have a Harvester. I can use it instant speed. So he actually has to double block to not die. Because I can, if he blocks with just Preacher, I -2/-2 the Preacher. So this seems like by far the best. I talked through the options and came out with the best play. Hurrah. Because then I also get to Deep Cavern Bat the Jace if I need to. And once I've cast those two, I can then play the Pyromancer discarding just Liliana. So yeah, I think this is gonna work out nicely. One thing I don't like is playing against Force of Negation with my deck, but you know, I've got a couple discard spells, so what are you gonna do? Okay, discard. Preacher gets -2/-2. And that will do the trick. We are up a game here. All right. I don't think I want Force of Despair in this matchup. Do I want Pillage the Bog over anything? I mean, Pylon kills Jace, so I'm definitely not taking that out. Harvester is just a good card. I don't think so. And I don't think I want Bazaar either. I kind of like the cards I have. All right. I'm in it to twin it here. All right. Well, game 2, it looks great. Red-black mid-range. No, none of this skipping land drops on turn 1 business. I'm going to turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Blood Tithe, maybe turn 3 Necromancy, but most likely find something else to play by then. Unless I Thoughtseize a good creature. That would be funny. Doesn't happen too often, but it could happen. Or if I draw a Mox Ruby. Soul Ring would also be pretty great. We would really be cooking if we drew Soul Ring here. Mountain, it's pretty bad. Maybe the worst card in my deck to draw. All right, Thoughtseize you. Gonna Force of Negation the Thoughtseize? No. Demonic Consultation, Force of Negation, Frantic Search, Nathan. Kept a card on top, so I kind of assume it's a third land. I could take Preacher. Yeah, I kind of think I just take Preacher here. I feel like Necromancying the Preacher is going to be pretty good. I really don't want to Thoughtseize a Force of Negation. I'd rather force him to use it and get 2 for 1. Okay, and then Blood Tithe into Necromancy on the Preacher sounds pretty good to me. It just gives me something to play when I'm curving out here. And I'm going to make him discard with Hostile Investigator soon enough. Plus, Hostile Investigator against Duelist of the Mind is a pretty nice little matchup. Oh, Dothy Voidwalker. Well, Blood Tithe Harvester is really good against Dothy Voidwalker, so I can't say I'm too unhappy. Ooh, Pylon, not looking too bad either. Oh, way to kill Voidwalker that you can't Force a Negation? Yes, please. Okay, pass the turn. What I'll probably do is Blood Tithe the Dothy Voidwalker, assuming, you know, I don't get hosed in some way, and like this gets killed or something, and then Necromancy the Voidwalker. If he doesn't draw a land, he kept this on top, and if he doesn't draw a land, then he doesn't really have a play. I guess he then probably has to Force of Negation the Necromancy. I mean, he gets to play Nathan, and he gets to loot because of it off the Force of Negation. So I guess that is all kind of strong, but I'm pretty happy here regardless. And Demonic Consultation in hand is always dangerous, so I am worried about that, but I think taking Preacher, like I would be in such worse shape if he just goes land Preacher here than otherwise. All right, he drew a blue-black land. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. And I assume hitting me for 3. No, not hitting me for 3. Okay. That's interesting. Ragavan is not terrible. All right, let's kill the Dothy Voidwalker. And, okay. You can't play it this turn because it's not an instant, so it still lets you, it doesn't get around timing restrictions. So here, I think I'm just going to play Necromancy and force him to pitch this Frantic Search if he wants to counter it, leaving him with just Demonic Consultation in hand, Nathan in play. Though he does get to loot once off of that as well. All right, yeah, I think it's worth casting this. I just have all this stuff to play the next couple turns that if I don't do this now, it doesn't really make sense. What am I doing this turn? And Ragavan doesn't get by Nathan, so I guess Nathan's stronger than a monkey. Like, who knew? And Necromancy on the Dothy Voidwalker. I could take the Preacher, but I think Dothy Voidwalker is quite a bit stronger. I kind of do expect him to force here, but he could not. I don't know. We'll see. See what he's on. I mean, next turn I'll probably Hostile Investigator, and then maybe Gust Ragavan and pile on and just win with like black-red mid-range stuff, which I think this deck can do pretty nicely as well. Oh, Necromancy resolved. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take the Dothy Voidwalker. I think that's going to be a lot stronger. And we'll see if he's going to fire off Demonic Consultation here or do something else. All right, he's just going to wait. And part of one of the things that he gets out of waiting as well is he can now hardcast Force of Negation, which could give him a bit more value here. All right, you're going to fire off the Frantic Search. Thing is, if he ever lets Force of Negation get exiled by Dothy, then I can just have a Force of Negation on a stick up and just not attack with Dothy. So I think I'm going to put some decent pressure on him here. All right, what did he discard? He discarded 2 lands. So he's got Forced Consultation, 1 unknown, and gets to hit me for 3. Yeah, I guess he gets more value that way too. I mean, this Hostile Investigator is going to be such a beating. Like, he's got all spells in hand, and now he's going to have to discard one of them, fueling the Voidwalker. And now if he also triggers Duelist of the Mind anytime on a different turn, it'll trigger the Hostile Investigator. He can't discard Force of Negation, or the Dothy Voidwalker kind of negates his plans. Cast Demonic Consultation or something. I don't really know what that would do. I guess he could maybe consult for a counterspell if he had one, but that's obviously a bit of a risky play. So I think Hostile Investigator is earning its keep right now. And it resolves, let's see. Discard a Force of Negation? Okay. If you say so. All right. Well, I'm just going to chill then. Because I'm winning this game really badly right now. I'm winning this game by quite a bit right now. And I think keeping up Force of Negation to stop potential Doomsday Jace type shenanigans seems like it's well worth it. Hostile Investigator is just so good in this deck. I think what I'm going to do here is maybe dash Ragavan, maybe pile on. He doesn't have a force in hand. Animate Dead. Okay. That is fine. Animate Dead does not bother me. I'll just pile on that thing. And what I think I might do now, because I'm not going to get a Ragavan attack in regardless. Okay. I'll wait 1 turn on the Collective Brutality, I think. I think I'm going to cast Ragavan. And then I'm going to pile on the Preacher, convoking off Ragavan. And yeah, I think I'd rather do it like this. I could have tapped Hostile Investigator to leave a mana untapped. And what that would have gotten me is the ability to use the Blood Token, which would trigger this and get another clue. But my hand's pretty good. Oh, Spell Pierce was his last card. Okay. Other than Consultation. I'm at 14. He's at 19. If he attacks with this thing, he draws a card. He probably shouldn't use the Duelist. Well, depends. It depends how good Consultation is in his hand right now. He discarded Consultation, so he's got no cards. I think I'm going to Voidwalker the Spell Pierce. Kills the Preacher. Surveils 2. I don't have Protection up anymore, but he has so few resources I think so. Force of negation. All right, and force the spell pierce. Preacher is just kind of a problem here. And then I get to surveil 2. Let's put Gristlebrand in my graveyard. I don't think I want Deep Cavern Bat here. Because drawing a swamp... Oh yeah, I'll put Deep Cavern Bat first and then Gristlebrand second. Drawing a swamp would be pretty good. Because then I would get to use both of the cards in my hand. Or, sorry. Yeah, both the cards in my hand. Because what I think is going to happen next turn is I'm going to attack with both. He's kind of forced to block Ragavan. And then I can Collective Brutality or Harvester of Misery the Nathan. He has 2 cards in hand. I mean, we've really been punishing him on resources badly here. Let's see. He's got 2 spells in hand, presumably. That's not too great. Let's just attack first. I mean, I could discard the mountain to hope to draw a swamp and then cast both my spells, but I think this looks better. Let's go Collective Brutality, card -2/-2, discard -2/-2, pay 2, and discard mountain here. My thing triggers, so I get to draw a card, or I get to make a clue. Does he have the 3rd counterspell of this game? We'll find out. And he's dead pretty quickly here as well. So if he has a counter, obviously he's going to use it. Consultation being gone just makes me feel so much safer too. Is once he discarded the consultation, it's like that just removes a lot of the games where I just get randomly killed by Jason to consultation or Oracle consultation. Though he literally had to open Oracle in one of his 2 first picks because he opened Mox Pearl in one of them. So unless he opened Oracle in one of those 2 first picks and first picked it, which certainly could have happened if he had already had the consultation, I think we're in pretty good shape this draft because the Jace Doomsday Kill, it's good, but it's kind of slow. Oracle is not. So, all right, got him. All right, time for round 2. Playing against Smasher on Teamer, mid-range or so. I'm going to have to mulligan this hand, of course. All right, let's mulligan into a Soul Ring. Mox, but no other lands. All right, I guess I'll mull to 5. All right, I'm going to keep this. I'm definitely going to put back a swamp. Kind of think I just put back... Oh, man. What now? It could be Thoughtseize, but I could Thoughtseize him in Necromancy. It could be Harvester, but Harvester's pretty nice against him. I guess I could put back Underground Mortuary. Wow, this is a really brutal mull to 5. I mean, I guess they all are. I think I just put back Underground Mortuary. Really unhappy about it, but I can't put back a red-black land. And I think all these spells are pretty good. My plan is to go turn 1 Thoughtseize, and then we'll see from there. Pile on, not an ideal draw. All right, Thoughtseize you. The old mull to 5, then trade 1-for-1 plan. You'll love to see it. Urza, True Name Nemesis. Oh. Memory Lapse Huatli. So, I could just take True Name and then Necromancy it at some point, because I have ways to kill the other stuff. Though I guess Harvester kills True Name. Let's just take Urza then. Because also, I could potentially, I mean, I guess he's got that Memory Lapse. I could potentially Necromancy the Urza and then hard cast the Harvester. Yeah, I mean, I could also have taken Memory Lapse, but the way this game's going, I don't think that is that useful to do. So Smasher is drawing and can play Spire Bluff Go, most likely. I mean, I guess if Smasher draws... What I really kind of hope happens is Smasher draws like a mana elf or something and plays it, and then I draw a land and I can go Soul Ring... Necromancy. I mean, Smasher has to have drawn a play or is distracted by something else, because it's a lot to think about when you just have Memory Lapse. Let's see. guess I play Soul Ring. Gonna get memory lapsed, but I'm gonna get memory lapsed at some point no matter what. So what are you gonna do? And I think Soul Ring's the card I want most here to resolve. Like, Ragavan is really not going to do anything too useful into a Huatli or a True Name. Wish I could have mortgaged my top card for that Underground Mortuary. That would have been nice. I'll skip my draw step. I just get to keep one of these cards. And if I get memory lapsed, the next turn I'm just playing Soul Ring again. I was really hoping to draw a land this turn, because land would have been at least an Urza next turn, and once I have Urza in play, I have a decent amount of mana, then I can hard cast the Harvester to kill the True Name, which is a nice bit of value. But instead, I'm likely getting memory lapsed here. But we'll see. Yeah, memory lapsed and not drawing a land means that's just a straight up time walk. Okay. Island, and my guess is True Name is going to be the card you want to play first, if I were to decide there, but who knows. And here it comes, the True Name Nemesis. All right. Yeah, land would have been extremely good for me, but this game's still winnable. If I draw another land, like another black source here, I have a little bit of time, and I'm still going to play Soul Ring this turn. And then hope next turn that I draw land, Necromancy, the Urza. Yeah, there goes Huatli. So there's 3 cards in hand. It's going to play a land here. Presumably that forest. Oh, has Hedge Maze. Okay. Oh, didn't get a mountain, so I can't flip Huatli. Keep the card on top. I don't love that. All right. Land would be excellent here. Land. Well, we'll take that. And then Necromancy, back the Urza, and ship the turn. And now Harvester kills my Construct. Well, barely. But maybe I pick up something else if Smasher makes another play that dies to Harvester. Though I guess it's probably hard for Smasher to make a play that dies to Harvester here. Let's see what this is. Is this Pest Infestation? Oh, Mawlock. Killing my Urza. Okay. Not attacking. Huh. The Huatli, interesting. Land still very good here. Huh. I think I'm just going to pile on the Mawlock now. Wait. Let's do this in a... No, do I want to play Ragavan? Because the problem is the Ragavan just dies to Harvester. So I think I actually just pile on the Mawlock like this. Through the Breach and Vaultborn Tyrant. That's tempting. I'm at 12. If I keep both, I kind of like it. So here's the thing. So if I keep both, I take 3 this turn, maybe 5, but then next turn I play Seasoned Pyro, discarding Ragavan and Harvester, drawing one of those 2 plus 1 new card. And if I find a land in the next couple turns, then I get to do the thing. I think that's better than just hoping Harvester of Misery does it. So let's just pass. I guess I'm probably going to take 5 this turn. I mean, I'm kind of hoping Smasher doesn't play anything. Oh, I mean, Smasher's tapping 6 mana for a play. Like, I'm not going to win. Yeah, I'm just dead now. All right. I'm taking 8-10 this turn. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a mold of 5. Let's see if I get and Smasher drew 2 X spells in a row. I would have actually been okay without one of those 2. Okay, well, I think Force of Despair is actually going to be decent against Smasherino. And I think what I want to cut is... I don't really want to cut anything. My dex is so good, but I guess I have to... Maybe I do. Maybe I cut Collective Brutality. Smasher does have a couple counters, but not very many. Seems kind of bad. All right, I think I'll do it this way. All right, I'm on the play here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this hand is good. Really need to find a Soul Ring. I'm going to lead on Underground Mortuary here because I don't think I need to turn 1 Thoughtseize. Turn 2 is fine. And this gives me a chance to find something. Oh, Seasoned Pyro. That's got to be great. Turn 2, I'm going to Thoughtseize and play Zeotor's Proving Ground. And then we'll proceed from there. Okay. Elf. Counterspell. Oh, wow. This is just all in on... Yeah, I'm just going to take the Counterspell and hope Smasher doesn't draw a green source here. No green this turn. Okay, that's not a green source. So now I could Mind Twist for 2 here. Soul Ring or Mox would be awesome. Oh, Force of Despair is kind of nice. Yeah, let's just go Mountain Go. And look, if Smasher draws... Yeah, this has to be the plan. If Smasher draws a land, be lucky. But if I get to Force of Despair to kill whatever he casts this turn, and then next turn I Mind Twist for 3. And then I followed up with a Seasoned Pyro a few turns later. I think that's pretty good. I mean, Smasher could also do nothing this turn, but that seems kind of weird. Okay. Cast this. Force of Despair kills the True Name. Mox. Oh, Mox, such a good draw here. All right, Mind Twist you for 4. Go down to 1 card in hand. And it's not Urza or Tireless Tracker. In fact, it's the one unknown. And then next turn, if I draw a land, I just cast the Troll. And if I don't draw a land, well, we'll see what the Seasoned Pyro wants to do. Oh, we drew the land. All right. Whoop. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Boom. New Troll here. And next turn, I get to play Seasoned Pyro. And maybe discard something, maybe not. Lelia, no attacks. Yep. Okay. Draw. Oh, into Liliana. Okay, I've drawn so perfectly this game. It's unbelievable. All right, sack Lelia. And then Seasoned Pyro to draw 2 cards. Hit for 6. Looting Swamp isn't like the strongest 2 cards, but I mean, first of all, I'm just completely demolishing Smasher. Like, this isn't even close. Second, the Swamp I can just discard to the looting. So, all right, going to game 3. Well, I especially like Force on the draw and still haven't seen enough spells to really want Collective Brutality. So, yeah, I think I like where I'm at. All right. We drew a Mox on a timely turn there. Let's see if we can draw a Soul Ring here. Wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind one of those turn 1 Palantir draws with Mox and Soul Ring. Smasher's on the play here. Let's get in there. Oh, very close to that. Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to keep this hand. Wouldn't complain about a little ruby off the top here. All right, no elf is nice too. Oh, Inquisition. Yeah, let's just do that. Because I can turn 2, still Soul Ring Palantir. Inquisition you. Goldvein Hydra, Memory Lapse, Smugglers, Huatli. Oh, I just take Memory Lapse here. Leave Smasher without a turn 2 play, and then I play a turn 2 Palantir. That's my plan. Shallow Grave. That's a nice one too. Soul Ring. All right, Palantir. Let's see something big. Let's see one of the large ones. Woodfall Primus. Bottom. Top. I hope Smasher doesn't make me draw. Yep, took the 12. Love it. And then next turn, if I draw a land, if that was an untapped land, I would have kept them both on top. But a tap land didn't seem to be nearly as good. He's going to play Huatli most likely. It's kind of wild to play a Goldvein Hydra as a 2/2. And then I'm going to go probably Thoughtseize, actually. I don't think... Yeah, just go Thoughtseize. Hand is Garruk Wildspeaker. I'll just take the Hydra. The Hydra seems like the most dangerous of the cards. Yeah, Garruk I don't care too much about. And leave Smuggler's Surprise in one of these lands, I think. Yeah, that's it. And then pass the turn, missing a land drop, unfortunately. Faithless Looting. Bottom. I don't know how often he can pay the life here. He might not be able to here. Maybe he does. But I'm happy with a life death. He milled down to 2. You're a madman, Smasher. I love it. Yep, here's Garrick. And make a beast, most likely. Oh, untap 2 lands, sure. Make a wall of roots. All right. Smuggler Surprise in hand. I'm going to Carnosaur the... I think I Carnosaur... Yeah, I think I'd rather Carnosaur and Shallow Grave the Carnosaur. Here, draw. And let's go Shallow Grave. Get back Carnosaur, and that's just lethal. 7 points of trample versus 5 toughness here. All right. I guess you took 18 off Palantir. So there we are. And that'll do it. This makes us 2-0. Let's discover why not. Necromancy, sure. Let's Necromancy the Vaultborn Tyrant. I could get Woodfall Primus, but it doesn't actually matter here. And I'm just going to attack you for 7 here. That'll be game. All right. Trigger the Vaultborn Tyrant through the breach that I don't really need and attack Zismasher. All right. Well, I did ask for a Palantir and Palantir delivered. So there we go. This hits for a lot. I think this, I couldn't actually tell if that had substance or not. All right. Well, that's a 2-0 start. All right, let's look for a little bit of a bonus match here. We're watching BK play against Anton. Anton's 1-0, having beaten Mac. He's probably not going to use this strip mine. Oh, Generous Plunder. That's going to be a tough one for BK's artifact deck. He does have Swords to Plowshares in his deck, but BK also played up to 4 mana on turn 1. Let's see what his turn 2 play is. You can guess that Anton has no more lands in hand because he wouldn't have revealed that he had strip mine elsewhere. But I think that's, so maybe BK might not want to play his Academy or Workshop quite yet, though I think if he had Workshop and an artifact, he would just play it. Let's see what his turn 2 play is, because I mean, the Plunder is going to hit for 6 damage next turn. This card's been pretty sweet. All right, what's your turn 2 play here, Mr. BK? Sacking Mox Opal Tinker. Blightsteel? Blightsteel's back? All right, Blightsteel hits for a lot of damage. Generous Plunder is definitely going to do some work here. Let's see. Red. So BK's played against red-green twice, which traditionally is pretty weak to the Blightsteel. And the Generous Plunder is actually going to make a decent opportunity of racing, or is going to take its chances here, because this hits for 6, putting BK to 12. If assuming Anton plays a creature, can chump the Blightsteel for a turn. It needs to be something bigger than Beaumont. Or any creature now combined with the Beaumont works. You just need to put 2 toughness in front of Blightsteel, and then you take 9 infect, and then the next turn you die. But taking the 9 infect doesn't really hurt that the first time because you're not taking normal damage. So, assuming Anton's got a creature to play here, he does get to hit twice with this thing. I don't know that's not going to be enough by the numbers, but obviously with some burn, he could outrace this. All right, there's a Bloodthirsty adversary, so that's a blocker at least. And so I assume the play here is bash with Generous Plunder. BK takes 6. It's a pretty nice card. I think this card's a really sweet one. Also, both players getting treasures is just kind of fun. Oh, and BK has, a Generous Ent. I thought he had like a Swords to Plowshares or something, but I guess he wouldn't let the thing attack. Okay, got a Forest. And Figure of Destiny. Oh, so he's got 2 blockers here. Okay. Let's see what BK's on. Looks like he's taking a bunch of damage. It looks like a double blue card. Oh, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Okay. Bounce, the Bloodthirsty adversary. Hit. Beaumont plus Figure have to both block. Yeah, I mean, this puts BK in a pretty advantageous position. Jace would have been lethal if you didn't play 2 creatures, but still, hitting for 6. He can hit for 8. I mean, is a bolt away from maybe winning? Well, it would have to have lightning bolt almost exactly. Imidane's recruiter attack for 10. Oh, so close. Wow, Anton almost strung that together. What an amazing game. This was sick. I'm glad we took a look at this one. Yeah, BK goes to 1 here and then just smashes with the Colossus. A turn 2 Tinker Colossus on the draw, I guess, was slightly fast enough. And it was backed up with a Jace too. All right, well, now we're playing Anton. If you're Bina over here, he's going to battle me, and I've got a turn 3 Lily and a Through the Breach. This is on the draw. Yeah, I got to keep this hand. It might be a little slow. His deck looks real fast. Okay, tap land helps. If he opened on like Beaumont into like Generous Plunder or something. Oh, Harvester, what a good draw. Okay, now I think this hand is kind of the nuts because I'm going to cycle Troll here and actually don't know what land to get. It's kind of interesting. I guess I could get a Zeator's Proving Ground. Oh, Mana Crypt. No longer feeling too good. Bank Buster, I mean, this is a pretty strong start. But I do think I've got some good moves here. Oh, I could just get Underground Mortuary. Yeah, that's going to be better here. I don't need double red, and I really want to find something better to breach. Oh, and let's play this. Mill something big. Oh, yes, it does. Now I can Necromancy the Vaultborn Tyrant on turn 3. That's going to be so sick. Okay, cracks there. He gets to Mana Crypt. And so here's what I think I'm going to do is probably instant speed Necromancy the Vaultborn Tyrant. So it dies and comes back and gives me a token. And then Through the Breach, the Grave Titan, drawing a card off the Vaultborn Tyrant. That all sounds like a pretty good plan. Plus, if I mid-combat Necromancy, I can block an attacker or something. And if I draw Soul Ring or Mox, then I get to breach a turn sooner. All right, I like where we're at. Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, that's a good one to block. That is a real good one to block. Crew. Oh, getting aggro. I like it. I actually do like it in terms of my chances as well, because I'm going to gain 6 life, maybe 9 off this Vaultborn Tyrant over the next couple turns, and I would rather get hit for damage than him draw cards. All right, let's pass here. Mana Crypt, lost the flip. I mean, it looks obvious that I'm setting something up, but like, what are you going to do? Not attack me? That's not going to be a winning strategy, I wouldn't think. Okay. This deck I've drafted is very good. Like, obviously opening Mox Soul Ring was huge. I'm not going to say otherwise, but taking that Necromancy third, we ended up having a really good deck, and wheeling the Vaultborn Tyrant was just massive for my chances. I mean, this turn is going to be disgusting. And if I draw, I'm going to get to draw a couple cards here. If I draw Mox or Soul Ring and then breach Grave Titan, draw another card off the Vaultborn Tyrant, trigger it, because it looks at your other creatures too. Ooh, it's going to be grim news for ye old forelegs here. That's what Fear Bina means, forelegs. I'm about to have... How many legs does this thing have? I guess it just technically only has 2 legs, but it's going to die and come back, so that's kind of like 4 legs. All right, coming in. Attacks? No attacks? All right, Necromancy. Let's get back Vaultborn Tyrant. Whoa, that way that Beaumont jumped up was really scary. All right. Oh, I even drew something better to better to breach here. Okay. So I eat that. I take -2 damage because I gained 3. And then end of turn, this thing's going to die and the Vaultborn Tyrant is going to come back. The funny thing is it also leaves this in the graveyard. So if I drew another animate spell, I could animate it and then they would both see the Vaultborn Tyrant trigger. Oh, this is actually my favorite card from OTJ to be added to Cube in this run around here. It's just so unbelievably good with basically all the reanimate stuff. I mean, Oh, Mind Collapse it? That's a tough one. That's a tough one, I'm afraid. What do we got here? Elemental Eruption. Okay. That's pretty good. That's a lot of things. That makes sense why you would do that. So 3 flying prowess dragons. All right. Now we might have a little bit of a problem. Let's see. I have Breach. The Harvester could kill something. Liliana minus just kills the Lavamancer. I guess I attack with the Vaultborn Tyrant here. All right, no, Elemental Eruption did some work there. That was pretty sick. I've got to start attacking here since I don't have any reach creatures. The funny thing is I haven't drawn a 5th land yet because I really want to be able to throw the Breach of Gristlebrand into play. All right. And what's the best way to get on board here? It's probably just Hostile Investigator because that also triggers the Vaultborn Tyrant, which is pretty nice. Yeah, this is still pretty good. Okay, that makes sense why he would Eruption there. All right, and I drew a land. Yeah, I feel pretty good now. Oh, I already played a land this turn. All right, I'll discard Thoughtseize. And Mana Crypt, if it keeps betraying him, he's now at 5. Okay. Well, this is going to be a close game now. I thought I couldn't possibly lose, but through the Breach with Gristlebrand is pretty nice. Harvester of Misery could potentially do something. I mean, Breach Grave Titan is also something to consider. Let's see. Drawing with Bankbuster. The thing is, now that I'm at 24, since the Vaultborn Tyrant has gained me 9 life, he's kind of got to get a move on here. Okay, Inti. It's going to hit with 1 dragon, discard a card. It's going to trigger Hostile Investigator, funnily enough. Okay, I take 5. Mountain entered the exile zone, which I actually think he can play too. Vaultborn Tyrant. I mean, I imagine it's still Gristlebrand that wants to come into play here. What else could it be? What if I threw the Breach? Wait, hold on. What if I threw the Breach Harvester? If I do that, that's all other creatures, right? Kills Inti, kills Grim. He can Grim to kill the Hostile Investigator in response. And then Vaultborn Tyrant's a 4/4 getting blocked by a 2/2. And then the other dragon has to chump the Harvester. And he takes 2 down to 3. That seems pretty good. What's the option? Other option is I could put in Gristlebrand, attack with everything. Vaultborn Tyrant. Gristlebrand has to get chumped. Vaultborn Tyrant maybe gets chumped. No, putting in Gristlebrand still seems better, I think. I could also put in Grave Titan. Actually, maybe Grave Titan is better. Grave Titan gets chumped by Grim. The Vaultborn maybe gets double blocked. But then the Hostile Investigator gets chumped, and I end up with 4 zombies in play. It's actually kind of tricky. Let me go through these again. Harvester kills those 2. They probably kills the Hostile Investigator in response. But then at the end of all of it, I'm left with just a Vaultborn Tyrant in play. At the end of the Grave Titan, I'm left with, let's see, maybe this trades. No, he's got to kill the Vaultborn Tyrant. Yeah, I think Grave Titan is going to be the best here. And I'm going to smash here because I'm just going to end up with 4 creatures in play. And I'm still going to be at such high life that I don't think I'm really realistically getting burned out here. He's kind of got a double block. Yeah, the Vaultborn Tyrant blocks that. Goes to 1, tries to win the coin flip. I kill that. I'm taking 9 on the backswing, 10, 11, maybe the Inti 12. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a huge problem. And then next turn, I can go Lily plus Harvester to kill 2 blockers, maybe. So I feel pretty good about this game, despite the fact that I thought I was just going to win. But, you know, Elemental Eruption is pretty neat. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, these blocks look pretty solid. Oh, wow. Max Capone does have Oracle. Mac just lost to it. That's wild. All right. Well, that makes it a lot luckier that I ended up beating him, though, because Oracle makes that deck quite a bit more dangerous. Okay. Let's see. So the way this goes, Anton is both very good at Magic and poker, so you know, he understands he's just going to have to win some coin flips to win this game. I think that makes more sense than blocking with Inti. Just nug me. He's got 9 points of dragons in play, 10 with Inti, and then maybe if he draws like, I don't know what kind of burn spell, because I don't even think Fiery Confluence does it. That's 9, 16, yeah. He won the coin flip, though. He won the mana crypt flip, so he didn't die. But let's see. He even drew Fiery Confluence. He'd have to play it first. Oh, no, he could draw with Bankbuster first. Hit me for Confluence me down to 14. Hit me for 11. I go to 3. I mean, Fire Blast isn't currently in the cube. Yeah, I think I got this one. What a wild game. This was a really cool game, and showcased some cool new cards. Both Elemental Eruption and Vaultborn Tyrant were like front and center of this game. Okay. I guess Fiery Confluence could also... I have all the clues I can use. I'm probably going to crack 0 this game. Fiery Confluence could also wipe all the zombie tokens, and I would end up in a spot where maybe I couldn't kill him. All right. We got game 1. Playing against red-green, but like nearly mono-red. Definitely want Force of Despair. This counters dragons by itself. I kind of want Rite of Flame. I can't take out Inquisition or Thoughtseize. I don't think I can take out Mind Twist. Maybe I can take out Mind Twist on the draw. When you have Soul Ring in your deck, it's really hard to want to cut Mind Twist. Palantir. Palantir's also pretty strong. I don't think I want to cut Looting. What else could I cut? Oh, I could cut Liliana. He's got a lot of little creatures. Yeah, let's just cut Liliana. All right. I like that plan. Let's get in there. We are on the draw here against Mana Crypt, but we've got, yeah, a solid hand. I'm definitely not going to mulligan this hand. I get to play turn 1 Surveil land, turn 2 Blackcleave Cliffs Ruby, and then Carnosaur, one of his plays, and I'm hoping to find a Reanimate spell. And I have a Grave Titan in hand, so if I'd find Soul Ring, of course, this hand goes pretty hard. Palantir would also be pretty good in this hand. Okay, he's got no 1-drop. Collective Brutality. All right, let's just play the Mortuary here. I want to save Collective Brutality because I don't know that I want to discard Grave Titan and... Oh, Mountain, get out of here. And he's got creatures. Like if he plays an Inti next turn, then Collective Brutality on that is pretty nice. Okay, Bankbuster. Yeah, I keep not really wanting to see Bankbuster, but I'm going to play the Mox because I might want to Carnosaur something here. Okay, I hit land. Well, no, I hit Brutality, Mountain. That was not a good top 3 cards, but let's see. Anton has for me. I mean, if he wants to use Bankbuster, we're doing nothing. I'll just cast these things. Yeah, that's fine. We could play it slow. Hopefully my Mox Ruby doesn't get blown up. But I think it was too important to have Carnosaur as an option here. He has Strip Mine in his deck. Strip Mine with Bankbuster is pretty nice. If he gets to go like Bankbuster, Strip Mine, yeah. Oh, into Beaumont Courier? Okay. That's fine. All right, Soul Rings, Reanimates, any of those things. Breaches. Oh, Palantir? Yeah, let's get that going. Let's play the Mountain. Play Palantir. Would have been great a turn earlier, but you know what? Still pretty good. Blood Tithe Swamp. I could guarantee I draw a Blood Tithe next turn. Is that good? Nah. Just going to put these both on the bottom. Maybe I'll mill something that does a bunch of damage. Like he's probably not... If I bottom, he's not letting me draw. Oh, I hit Woodfall Primus. There we go. You love to see it. And then next turn, I've got Carnosaur, and hitting the 8 was so good because A, I didn't draw it, and B, now the Palantir, he can't really deny me cards anymore. And then I get to next turn, I kind of assume I'm getting hit by Strip Mine, though that might not be the case. I mean, either way, I get to use Carnosaur next turn. If I don't get Strip Mine, I might get to cast Brutality also, but it's pretty dangerous for him to leave me at 5 mana when he knows I have Through the Breach in my deck. I have so many things. Like, my draw's going well. Drawing the Palantir was huge. I'm really glad I didn't take that card out. What I'm really looking for here is Soul Ring, Through the Breach, or an Animate. Oh, Mishra's Research Desk. The more time... I mean, his deck's very cool. I think it actually worked out. Like, he built a very nice one. All right, now he plays Mana Crypt. That's pretty good. Mana Crypt actually does a pretty good job of making up for the fact that he used Research Desk. What I was going to say was, I don't mind him spending a bunch of time drawing cards, because my deck is more powerful. Elemental Eruption is like the most powerful thing he has going on, and it's no longer in the running here, because he kind of has to take Mana Crypt. I mean, he's got Bankbuster in play to use it. I guess if he has Seething Song, he could choose Elemental Eruption. If he chooses Elemental Eruption, he guaranteed has Seething Song in hand, and I'm definitely casting Collective Brutality next turn. But I feel pretty good about this spot. All right. This is the can be played. Yeah, he's playing Mana Crypt. So Elemental Eruption's gone. I still kind of think he has Seething Song. Simian Spirit Guide. Are we just getting Seething Song this turn? But that's kind of wild because he could have done that anyway without using the Research Desk. Huh. Maybe he was just looking for... he was just looking for Elemental Eruption, but I guess he wouldn't be able to cast it with that much mana. I don't know. We'll see what ends up getting played here, but I don't really have anything I can do right now. All right, there's Desperate Ritual. Into Generous Plunderer. And Bloodthirsty Adversary. Okay. And Strip Mine, presumably. Well, I don't like my spot quite as much as I did, but I still feel pretty good. He didn't get to use Bankbuster this turn. I'm going to get to kill the Generous Plunderer with Collective Brutality now. Mana Crypt is a little costly. He's at 12. Okay, I guess he's going to crew and hit me for 6 down to 13. Kills the green land. It makes sense to do that. Oh, there's Through the Breach. Okay. Let's go land. I could just Carnosaur. Do I want a Brutality? I kind of want a Through the Breach Grave Titan, so I think I'm going to cast this. I think I just do it for 2 and just kill the Generous Plunderer. I don't think I want to discard a card to make him to look at his hand. And I don't think I want to discard a card to gain 2 life either. Palantir, bottom. He's got to let me draw here. It's crazy if he, even with bottom. Oh, he milled. Okay. The Mana Crypt in play. All right, lost the flip. Now he's at 6. He just might die to my Through the Breach. I might just put a Carnosaur into play. It kind of depends what he leaves back. But these guys hate letting me draw cards here. Okay, well, letting the team know the status. The status being my estimation of my win percentage from this point in time, given all the information that I know, like 90%. It would be pretty hard not to. I mean, the most likely way I lose is he kills my Mox Ruby, to be honest. Because this Through the Breach play next turn is going to put me in a position where he doesn't really get to... I mean, what's his comeback to breaching in a Grave Titan? He has to chump it and then take 1,000,000 damage. Or if he hits me for 3, oh, he's just going to hit me for 5. And now I'm just going to put in... I mean, I guess I just put in Grave Titan still. They're both lethal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it matters too much. He's not going to have a blocker. Yeah, all right. Through the Breach once more. Let's just put in Grave Titan. If things go wrong, Grave Titan is by far the best here. And Grave Titan gets to hit for 6, and I end up with 4 zombies in play, so he can't block. And I believe that's a clean 3-0 and a draft victory, because BK's 2-0, and, well, Mac participated, so. Hey, Beseju's the Palantir, sure. Yep, Beseju does it, and that was my last game, and look at this deck. This deck is a beaut. Soul Ring and Ruby, 2 Land Cyclers, couple duels, the Surveil land, which is really nice. Nice Mind Twist. A really nice set of creatures to sneak in with Through the Breach, Necromancy, Shallow Grave, and Life Death. I mean, the only thing I was missing was like a tutor. I decided not to splash Pillage of the Bog. I even had like a Ragavan. And Inquisition plus Thoughts. He's like, I had a little discard. I had some good creatures. Oh, Brutality and Bat has more discard. Good discard outlets. This is a very well-balanced Reanimator deck with 2 pieces of power. That's just a great deck. And we got the 3-0 as a result. Well, that'll do it for today. I appreciate you watching and hanging out with me as we actually Reanimated. See, I will draft it when it's the deck to draft. And you know what? I'll be back with another draft tomorrow, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.